Welcome to
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing?
talk about so many different things
How you
related to
been?
life and living.
What's going
We're
on?
doing the unexpected
What's
people
good?
and the stories are awesome.
Are you
Please
getting it
subscribe
in?
and check me out.
Somebody
Leave a
getting it
over
for
on
you?
YouTube and welcome
What's
to the
going
Instagram Clubhouse
on,
House.
people?
Follow me on Instagram. See you
Subscribe
later.
to my channel.
Okay, I want to share this story with you. It's a 25-year-old guy. His name is Charles Toney, and I want to share this story with you. It's being reported as of December the 14th, 2018. Sheriff's deputy injured a black man suffering in a beating. Now, this story is taking place in Chattanooga, Tennessee. A Tennessee sheriff office is disputing the extent of injuries suffered by the black man beating of a white officer while handcuffed earlier this month. Now, an attorney for the 25-year-old Charles Toney said that in a phone interview on Friday that the hospital records prove that Toney suffered a collapsed lungs, fractured ribs, nose and fingers during his arrest and outstanding warrants on December the 3rd. The Hamilton County Sheriff's Office said that the news released Thursday on the medical staff who checked Toney after his arrest found none of these injuries described by Toney's attorney Lee Merritt. Excuse me. Video taken by the bystanders saying that Hamilton County detectives Blake Kirkpatrick punching and kicking Toney while he was handcuffed on the ground. The U.S. Justice Department is investigating this. Now, the arrest reports that Kirkpatrick struck Toney because he was uncooperative and bit the officer's finger. Merritt says that the allegations are false and called an district attorney to drop assault and resisting arrest charges against Toney. A copy of the jail medical records from lists of injuries other than swelling of the mouth, jaws, and neck under the section of lesions, bruises, and scars medic wrote on WNL within the normal limits. Now, Toney's mugshots taken and roughly the same time that news blood of scratches and several places on his face on Friday. Merritt told the Associated Press that the intake form shows that the jail medical staff did not do a thorough investigation on Toney's injury. Not that he wasn't injured. Toney was released within hours of his arrest after posting bail. Went to the hospital the next day. Merritt said Kirkpatrick is on desk duty while the incident is being investigated. It says the story has been corrected on shows that Toney's attorney says that his client suffered one fractured finger, not multiple fractured fingers. Okay. But this is the thing. I want to shoot this over to you before I give you the commentary of the video of this young guy, basically Charles being beaten and stuff. And once y'all see the video yourself, we'll come back and talk about it. Check this out. Now they have him on the ground, and he's handcuffed, and they start punching him, and he's already handcuffed. Okay, here we go. Now he's on the ground and stuff, and basically he's down there and stuff. I know they squeezing the handcuffs on him because that's what they do, and then they start punching you. And if someone ever knows been locked up and stuff, when they start squeezing the handcuff, if you're not real, you're gonna move because it kills you. Now, it hurts like hell. So nobody's gonna sit still where they squeeze the handcuffs even tighter on you, basically ripping your wrist apart. And the reason why I know this is because I was arrested before too. I was arrested because of false It was apology offered to the woman who birthed me and stuff like that. It was like, I'm sorry, we thought that your child came in the store to steal, which I did not. And but they didn't give me the opportunity. Actually said, here's the bag that you stole, and they grabbed me and they beat me up. Now they handed me the bag and told me I stole it. Now remind you, I thought you had to have the bag in your hand, you know, walking out the store or something. I was still in the store. They walked away with the bag, handed it to me, and they beat me for it. And that's like being framed. If you're not a black person, stuff, you may not understand what that feels like. You feel like if you're a person of color, that it's just a setup for just a systematic way of putting black people in jail. You may not understand these experiences, but as a person that's in this black community, as far as being black, I understand the difficulties that it stands when an officer comes across to you. And the sad part about it is not just white officers, it's black as well. Now, the story at hand, the guy was only 25 years old, and basically he had a warrant out, an outstanding warrant, since December the 3rd. Now, I don't understand what this warrant was about. He was handcuffed, and after he was handcuffed, he was seriously beaten once again. Now, like I said before, it goes back to the handcuffs. It's just my evaluation of it. While handcuffed earlier. And the reason why people don't understand that, because when someone's taking handcuffs and they squeeze them and squeezing your arm, it really hurts. You would have to be dead not to move. You have to be dead. But anyway. So basically, you saw the intense beating and stuff like that, and he moving around, like I said before, because the handcuffs was tight. My speculations, not saying it's fit to be valid. And they already had arrested him and stuff. So my thing is, if you already arrested him, you got all them coffers out there, y'all both could grab him together and put him inside the car if it was that difficult. You want to beat somebody, you're beating a grown-ass man, you're not beating a little kid. This is not a disciplinary class, so you're taking your child and beating. But unfortunately, when police officers do show up, a lot of them feel like they're parents and they're basically disciplining their children. They're not treating people as human beings. They're beating them like rag dolls, and not even human. That's the sad part we live in this world. But then again, they've been taught by anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. But the thing is that, you know, I hope he get justification for this and stuff like that at the same time, you know. And the mugshot shows proof that basically he was beaten and scars all over his face, stuff like that. And basically, it was a correction that he had a collapsed lung, a fractured ribs, and a nose and fingers doing the rest. But it said it was just one finger, not was a bunch of fingers. It doesn't matter if it's one finger or 1,000 fingers. The fact of the matter is that man was already in handcuffs and stuff. And if it wasn't for the woman or the man, whoever it was that was taping this stuff, we didn't know this part. And the sad part about it is, before even the videos and stuff started hitting mainstream media, there has been a lot of black people that's been even murdered and stuff, and it's by cops and stuff. And I'm not, by no means I'm saying all cops are bad, because they're not. But the sad part about it is, like, good people with bad people. When you're a part of something that's looked at as even bad, you could be a good person, but you get to suffer for what the bad people do. Listen, there's bad people and everything. It doesn't matter what they do within a profession, whether it's a cop or a civilian. There are bad people everywhere. But when a man has to get down and get handcuffed and beaten, then at that point, it has to be reevaluated. And the one thing I can honestly say that came out positive, and I hate to say this, well, I do love saying this, is the fact that Charles wasn't murdered. It's the one thing he could actually walk away from and say, well, I wasn't murdered. Because at the end of the day, when it comes to being black, being a cop, and it's not a cop of color, we're murdered right there on the scene. So at least, thank God, he wasn't murdered and stuff like that. Like I said before, I love your feedback on this. Subscribe to my channel, and you feel about this. It's definitely heavy going across the internet. Love you guys. Have a blessed day. Subscribe to my channel.